Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 29th. Um, we have a feast day today, which is actually the rank of a feast. We use that term feast day as a kind of a general term for any time we commemorate um, a mystery of our Lord, a Blessed Mother, a saint, um, all of those things. We usually call those feast days. But liturgically, we have kind of three ranks. We have memorials, feasts, and solemnities. So this second from the top feast today for the Archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, however you would like to pronounce that. I was listening to Annunciation Radio this morning. Um, it wasn't the Sunrise Morning Show, it was the one after that, Morning Glory. And they had a little discussion about the pronunciation, and I think Monsignor Charles Pope just said, it's like tomato or tomato, whichever one, doesn't really matter. So we might hear it both ways, but that's fine. So we honor these three archangels because they are accounted for by name in the scriptures. So we'll see Michael referred to in the book of Daniel, and then in the book of Revelation is probably the more famous passage that we see relating to him. And he is known for expelling Satan from heaven as a fallen angel. He's seen kind of as that champion um, of God. And then Gabriel, we see a couple different times as bringing those messages. There's once in the Old Testament, I think maybe it's in Daniel also. Gabriel appears, but then probably more familiar with Gabriel's role in the New Testament, both coming to Zechariah to announce the birth of John the Baptist, and then also coming to our Blessed Mother to ask her to be the Mother of God. So um, Gabriel has those great messages to give. And then finally, Raphael appears in the book of Tobit. So that's a great story, the book of Tobit and Tobiah and Sarah. And Raphael appears as in human form, kind of accompanies Tobiah on his journey. And so I think his name means God heals. He also heals Tobit of his blindness, I think. But you can go back and look in the book of Tobit to see how Raphael plays into there. You can look in the book of Revelation to see kind of the famous story of Michael and the Annunciation. Um, you can read that in Luke's, the first chapter of Luke's Gospel, too, to see how these archangels figure into the salvation history. And angels are always messengers from God. And there's all these different ranks, as they're called, of angels. Pope St. Gregory the Great gives us 9 ranks of angels. And it kind of starts with angels and works its way up to the cherubim and seraphim. But archangels are kind of that second rank. So if we think of angels, usually, at the beginning of next month, at the end of this week, we'll have the Feast of the Guardian Angels. And so that, God assigns an angel to each one of us to help us along the way. And then the archangels have these special messages from God to give. And so we celebrate these 3 archangels today. I won't go through all 9 ranks because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But if you pay attention at Mass in what's the preface, which is the prayer that's that begins the Eucharistic prayer, but it's right before we sing the Holy, 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 Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus. That usually ends with talking about how we join our voices to the saints and angels in heaven. But many times we'll hear some of those ranks of angels talked about, powers and dominions and angels and archangels and cherubim and seraphim. Um, and so all the different 9 ranks of angels. So today we'll ask for the protection of Saints Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. And we've been now for about a year, I think it is, been praying that prayer to Saint Michael at the end of Mass. And so we do ask for his intercession to help protect and purify the church. And so we want the church to grow in holiness, and how that happens is by each one of the members of the church growing in holiness. So we'll ask for the protection and the intercession of those archangels, of Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael today, to help us to grow in holiness and to join in spreading the message of God. So reminder that we do have confessions and Mass this evening, and after Mass we're going to bless bulbs, which is a kind of a traditional thing to do on this feast of the Archangels. For those who are in the put on the armor of God prayer group, are especially invited to come to do that. So got a couple special things this week, but one of them starting this evening. So hope everyone enjoys our sunshine, even though it's a little bit cooler. We'll continue to look out and pray for one another, and I pray that God will bless you abundantly this day. Have a great day, everyone.